All right, we are back here on the Iona Athletics podcast. For the first time, we have two guests in the studio today. We have two members of the Iona swimming team, Gabriel Finch and Isabelle Pabon. Welcome to the show. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Glad to have you guys here because the swimming season just started. You guys got off to a good start. The men's team won. You guys, women's team close loss. You guys did very well first game.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The guys obviously did a lot better than we did, but we're still a little rusty from the summer, but we're getting into it.
Yeah, I think the first meet went really well for us in a lot of ways. We had some guys show up, a lot of freshmen, swam pretty fast at their first meet, and it's really exciting getting your debut and getting into college swimming for the first time.
Okay, so let's dive into this here. So, I mean, you guys are both swimmers. What drew you to swimming? I'll go to you first, Gabe.
I can't say there was one thing that drew me into swimming. My mom swam a little bit in high school, and she thought that it would be fun of me to get into swimming, and I just kind of stuck with it. And after a while, I saw that I had some potential and decided to run with it. So
why not? How about you, Isabelle?
I started a little differently. I started doing other sports. I really wasn't into swimming that much, but I still went. And then I joined, we had a junior guard program back in my hometown. It was kind of just you learn to be a lifeguard on the beach. And everyone was a swimmer. They were all so much better than me. And I was like, I want to be good. So I stuck with it, and I got a lot better. And I was like, I actually like this.
So it's a competitive thing. So, I want to be as good as these other lifeguards. I had to swim with them.
Yeah.
And then that brings you here. You guys end up Iona. So, Isabelle, why did you pick Iona out of all these schools?
I picked Iona because on my visit, the whole camaraderie of the team and the coach, they make you feel really like family, and you have a lot of opportunities coming to Iona, which I liked. So I wanted to go somewhere I had opportunity to thrive athletically and academically, and I just thought Iona was the best fit for that.
Yeah, it definitely fits that bill. They gave you a nice mix of programs here. You can get a chance to do lots of different things. Gabe, is it a similar story for you or something different?
Yeah, very similar story actually. Funny thing, we were actually on our the same recruiting trip when we were seniors in high school. So we got the same general experience, and something that I like telling kids that are thinking about coming here is when we were seniors coming here on our trip, there was a senior named Christian Fody, and I'll always remember what he told me. He said part of the ship, part of the crew, and that's one of the things that really got me here. I really like the camaraderie of the program, and I wanted Division I athletics, great academics, and to be near a city. So I can't think of a better school than Iona for all that.
Yeah, Iona does check all those boxes. I want to touch on one more thing. The funny fact that you guys were on the same recruiting trip. Is it funny when you guys show up on campus? You're like, oh, hey, I remember you.
Yeah.
We were actually in contact through most of it. We were like, oh, are you gonna commit? Are you gonna commit? And Gabe committed first, and I was like, I want to commit. And then I did, and we was like, oh yay, can't wait to see you, whatever.
Yeah,
we cool.
Coming from the same trip. There's actually quite a few people from our trip that ended up coming. Both my roommates were on my trip with me, and then
2 people I lived with last year were on it.
Yeah, Bella and a few other people. So we all got the same great experience, and it was really fun coming here. And already, we only spent 48 hours together, I guess, on that trip, but it kind of seemed like we had known each other.
All the recruits kind of.
So whoever was in charge of that trip did a very good job convincing all you guys to come at once.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
But that's it also touches on the family aspect kind of. All of our hosts were beyond amazing. So
yeah,
they make you feel really at home.
Yeah, especially with these sports teams. I feel like a lot that the family sort of atmosphere builds real quick because you're spending a lot of time together, you're competing together, you're doing all the practice together. I feel like it just is natural, sort of becomes a family deal.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard. I visited a couple other schools where I just didn't really get the same family positive energy out of them, and I couldn't have imagined swimming and living and eating and going to school and everything with these people, but here everyone made it very easy, and that's one of the reasons why I love it.
Yeah, one of the interesting things about swimming in college is most people think of swimming, they think of the Olympics, think about the individual performers like Michael Phelps or I'll just throw a bunch of other ones out there at some point. But think about all the individual like grades. But like at college, a lot of a team experience. So I'll ask each of you guys this question. So what do you think the difference is between competing as a team and competing as individuals? So do you feel like it's a better experience for you guys competing as a team?
Yeah, I really like competing as a team. I think that swimming in general, just the way when you're in 18 and under, swimming in high school, you don't really get that full team experience. But then you come to college, and I mean, you look at the professional swimmers now who are, winning gold medals and world records and this and that, competing internationally. And without a doubt, they all come back and say, like, I miss the collegiate dual meet season. I miss being with my team. I miss where every race counts, every point counts, everything counts, and you're swimming for a bigger purpose. It's not just yourself, but for your team. And I think we both have been in situations over our 2 years here, and now going into our third, where you step up on the blocks, and coach gives you this look like, time to go. You got to get big points here. So it's awesome. I love it.
I agree. There's nothing better than like swimming for people you love. Like, you have a whole team behind you. Like, even if you're not having a good day, you're gonna dive in the water, and it's for your team. It's not just for yourself. Like, and it motivates you to swim better. I can remember countless times, like, before college swimming, where I would go into a race like, oh, I don't want to do this, and then you just like kind of do bad because you're like, it's on me anyway. Like, it only affects me, whatever. But now, like, you have your whole team. You're going to always do your best. You want to do your best. So
Yeah, it's a little bit of iron sharpens iron kind of mentality where, like, you could say, okay, I don't want to swim the IM because I'm not feeling great about it. But then, like, you have teammates saying, hey, I know you can do better than that, so let's see if you can do it. And then you sort of inspire yourself to keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you guys both raced for Iona in the Max last year. Both had solid showing. So, Isabelle, I'll go to you first. So what have you been working on with your technique trying to improve as you enter your junior year?
Technique-wise, there's a lot of, like, little things I just need to fine-tune. Like, I know, like, how my stroke's supposed to look, how my stroke's supposed to feel, but it's just getting back into it and, like, doing those motions over and over again to get the best results. So,
Gabe, any other thoughts there on what you would do to improve as you enter your junior year?
Yeah, I had a little rough ending to my sophomore year at Max. It didn't. I think I swam all right, but I wasn't perfectly content with it as an individual. So this year I really tried to trying to focus on a lot of different little things. It's in the grand scheme of things. We've been swimming for a while, and we're counting down our days. I guess until our last race.
Sense,
so.
Yeah.
It's just focusing on the little things now and really trying to enjoy our last few years of swimming.
Do you have an individual goal this year you want to try and accomplish? Like, say, oh, I had this on my bulletin board all summer. I want to do this.
I mean, I feel like everyone has, like, times they want to go and, like, places they want to get. For me, I think it's just, like, I want to make a final in probably, like, all of my events at Max. Or I want to just obviously do better than I did at Max last year. Like, that's the goal, to just do better.
Yeah. I'd say the same thing. Like, we was that me? I'd say the same thing. We're getting better every year, and
We have great freshmen.
Yeah. The whole team outlook is looking great this year. So.
Yeah, and the team got off to a good start. So you guys had the matchup against Holy Cross. This, like, we're recording on Thursday, so you've had one meet in the book. So looking at the schedule, is there one meet you're looking at, you circle on your account and said, I can't wait to race in that meet? So either you have one circle say, I can't wait for this day.
I can't wait for our Fairfield meet. That one's going to be exciting. I feel like the Fairfield girls are obviously very competitive, and they win Max every year, so it's fun to compete against them, see where we are compared to them and the rest of the MAC. You can kind of weigh what needs to be worked on, what's good, and that one's exciting.
Yeah, in terms of the dual meet season, which is last week until January, middle of January, the most exciting one on the guys' side is coming up in a week and a half, and that's against Bryant. We've all been looking forward to that. The year before I came in, they tied Bryant, and then my freshman year, we did okay, lost the meet. And then, each year we just try and keep on building. So we're really looking forward to that meet and swimming fast. But the meet that I'm most looking forward to is the National Invitational meet at Cleveland, which we went to last year. And home state of Ohio, I love racing back there. It's like a home pool for me, so that's the one I'm most excited for.
So you're gonna get the home pool advantage in that race.
I wouldn't say so exactly. I'm from Columbus. The meet's in Cleveland, but I did race there quite a few times in high school, and a lot of my buddies came back for the meet, and were there, and a lot of my family came, so it was just incredible. I loved it.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Jess Palucci, who was a previous guest on this podcast, said back last year when the MAC had the volleyball championships down in Orlando, and she's from Florida. It's like, I feel like I'm at home. I'm meeting my family. I can meet my dog. It's a lot of fun. You feel like maybe a similar experience for you, where like, oh, I'm not far from here, so I could say hi to my family.
And it was just very. I mean, coming here from the Midwest, I remember my freshman year thinking, when Bella would go back to Jersey or meets, and she would see people that she knew, and I didn't have a similar experience, right? When I went to these meets, I didn't know anyone. No one knew who I was. But then I got to race at Cleveland State, and it was just normal. I felt right at home, so it was awesome.
Yeah, do you have that experience at any of your meets where you go somewhere and you're like, oh, I know these people. I feel right at home?
All the time. A lot of my friends who I swam with club, like I was on 2 different clubs before I came to Iona, so I know a lot of like the swimmers from Jersey, even like some from New York, some like Connecticut. So I would always be like, hey, like how are you? Like you meet up with like old friends. It's kind of fun.
It is kind of fun, and I want to thank both you guys for taking the time to come on the Iona Athletics podcast this week, and best of luck going forward.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you.